just looking at this remarkable character, Rahab, who turns up in Hebrews 11 after a singular act in the Old Testament that happens in the book of Joshua. And her faith is just astonishing. Let's just read a little bit about it. So we have here in Hebrews chapter 11, and much is mentioned about Abraham and Isaac and Moses, and it says that the people crossed the Red Sea by faith. And then in verse 30, by faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they'd been encircled for 7 days. In verse 31, by faith Rahab the prostitute did not perish with those who were disobedient, because she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. And here's this strange story about this lady who was known as Rahab the prostitute. So maybe she had been a prostitute and she had turned away from that. Maybe she still was. In either case, faith rises up and she responds in a very unusual way. And this is a secure city. This is Jericho. She lived in a city wall. It was a secure city. Who would have thought that a passing group, nation, a lot of people, yes, but how are they going to get in the city? And she chooses by faith to believe that God is with this people, the people outside, more than the people inside. And she meets the spies and gives them a welcome. And they come to her house. And she tells them, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that the fear of you has fallen upon us. So this nation of Canaan and Jericho. And that all the inhabitants of the land melt away before you. For we've heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings. For the Lord your God, He is God in the heavens above and on the earth beneath. And she makes a deal with them that they won't kill her when they come to destroy the city. And why was she alone out of this whole city? The only one who had faith, the only one, a prostitute, who believed God and was rescued and was saved, and had a little thread on her window that rescued her. What remarkable faith, a little scarlet thread that she pinned her hope on, and threw that onto the God who was going to rescue her. So she ties a scarlet cord in the window as the spies depart. She even tells a lie to the army officers who come to question her and said, we saw you with these foreign people, where are they? And she tells a lie, and she gets them away and instructs the spies to go back a different way, and she gets them out of there safe and sound. God commends her in the book of Hebrews as having faith, and she was less scared of the city, the army, the rulers of Jericho, who were right in front of her, right around her. She'd lived with all her life. She was less scared of them than she was of the Israelites and the God of Israel, who was coming into this land. And though she was a prostitute, God forgave her mercifully, and she was an object of mercy, and wonderfully is taken from darkness into light and brought along with the people of Israel, and mentioned now in the book of Hebrews, the chapter of faith, alongside people like Abraham and Moses. So just encourage you, wherever you are in your journey of faith, trust in God. Trust more in God's promises and His purposes than what you have around you, what maybe is speaking loudest to you. Look to God and what He's up to in the nations in this time. Amen.